Hello and welcome to Boone, North Carolina, where your App State Mountaineers are prepping to take on Bob Jones University. Thank you for joining us on 90.5 WASU YouTube. I'm your play-by-play Grace Ellen Callahan, joined by my color, Austin Cochran, and the visiting team today, Austin, Bob Jones. In their last matchup, they had a slow start to their first half, only 16 points, but then were lit on fire and found the basket in the second half, scoring 48 points. Who was the player and key to that success?
Well, I think that's Keely Price. She shot 16 points overall last game, and she's leading Bob Jones in every statistical category. If they want to play well tonight, Keely Price is the answer to them. Get her hot, and I think the Bruins could have a good night.
Always an amazing part when your leader takes command there. She's been on the team for several years now and has been a pivotal part to this team's success. They're in the National Christian Conference, Athletic National Christian Collegiate Athletic Association, a bit of a tongue twister there. However, they're in Division I in that, and in the past 3 seasons, they have been top 25 nationally in their respective division. So, Keely Price, credit is due and definitely will lead to some success there tonight. App State, though, flipping it to the home team, continuing their start of the season, 4-game homestand. Already off to a good start with the win versus Western Michigan earlier this week, 65-45. What was the key to their success?
Well, if we look back at the first half of that game, App State started very slow. It was, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Western Michigan was on top at the half in that one. But I think App State overall, once they got into that groove of playing inside and shooting the 3-ball very well, they exploded, and the Mountaineers won that game very comfortably.
Absolutely. Something Alara Sharp mentioned to that game, as you were pointing out, at the half, 12 turnovers to 3 assists for the Mountaineers. By the end of the game, that total was 17 turnovers, but 14 assists. So able to tally 11 assists in that second half to their 3 assists. And so now, with your starting lineups for tonight's matchup, for Bob Jones, Caitlin Dickerson starting at guard, Keely Price, as we just mentioned, as your guard, Jenna Brooks also at guard. We've got a full guard lineup here, Anna Lane Wilder and Faith Hayward. Then for your App State Mountaineers, we've got the new faces that are common within this App State lineup, as there are only 3 returners on this team. We have Emma Smith, Jaden McBride, Deja Mitchell, Emily Hagee, and the lone forward, Farial Defna Atla.
Quick point out about Jaden McBride. Her sister actually plays in the WNBA. I was registering her for Sports Wrap a couple weeks ago, and I pull out her sister Kayla's in the NBA, well, WNBA.
Kayla McBride, her sister, yes, the guard for the Minnesota Lynx. If you're unfamiliar with the WNBA, not 2 seasons ago, they lost to the New York Liberty in the finals, and Kayla McBride was a huge source of their success for the season. So, yes, some WNBA blood running on this Appalachian State Mountaineers roster as they're starting to get prepped to take the floor. But, yes, definitely.
Just having someone you can learn from who's played at the highest level of professional basketball, it'd be immense. It'd be great to bring into this locker room for the Mountaineers.
Jaden McBride in the season opener for the Mountaineers, 16 points, and something that's super significant about her is, this team did very well from the free throw line as well. So far this season, 83% from the line, top 30 in the nation, and Jaden McBride was a key to that success, 5 for 7 from the line this Monday night. As we have Defna Altla lined up against Price as Bob Jones wins the tip-off. Dickerson bringing it across half court for us. Emma Smith in coverage. Bob Jones looking for some coverage here. However, they're going to spin it around to the right side by App State's bench. Hagee covering right. Trying to find Price here just outside the free throw line as they're passing around the three-point line, as they're going to take a little jumper from the free throw line and miss the backboard entirely.
Yeah. Looked almost like an attempted pass there, but ball just drifts out of bounds as App State takes possession.
Price, the Bruin that took the shot now, as Smith for the Mountaineers brings it across the floor. Finds Hagee on the left side of the floor near the Bob Jones bench. It's got Atla in the middle of the floor with 2 Bruins on her and gets the first bucket of the game.
Yeah, Atla only had 4 last week, so she's already, 4 on Monday. She's already cut her total in half.
Bruins trying to find something around the 3-point line as the Mountaineers are in coverage, and there's a block by Deja Mitchell as now trying to bring some tempo across the floor as Hagee's going to try and find Atla in the middle, but bouncing off a Bob Jones defender's hand, and it's going to stay Mountaineer possession.
Almost looked like a kickball foul there, but the ball's on the court, so you don't know exactly what's going on down there.
Emma Smith to rebound, inbound for the Mountaineers. Finds Mitchell in the paint, and another bucket. Quick 4-0 start for the Mountaineers as the Bruins bring it across the half-court line.
Mitchell with 16 points on Monday and 100% three-point percentage.
Bruins trying to get past the 3-point line here. Finds someone on the inside, pitches it to the opposite corner, and it's going to step out of bounds. Emma Smith in coverage there for the Mountaineers.
Smith, the transfer from Denver, only 9 points on Monday, but 4 steals overall, so defensively she's very solid for the Mountaineers.
Emma Smith actually pushed the ball out of bounds there, so Bob Jones retains possession as they're going to try and move something around here as they're working on the opposite side of the floor. Bob Jones trying to get something to go, but Mountaineers not letting it happen. Emily Hagee now fakes like she's going to go 3. App State with tempo here. Smith picks up a loose ball in the end. McBride with the 3.
Swish and in.
Bruins 7 unanswered points, 2 minutes into this first quarter of play as there's a miscommunication here on the Bruins side and a turnover as Emily Hagee recovers it and finds Mitchell in the paint and gets her own offensive rebound for the point. 9-0. Bob Jones is going to call their first timeout of the quarter.
Yeah, Mitchell already with 4 points tonight. A lot, great presence inside. The 6-foot junior from Riverside, California.
Something that Alara Sharp talked about in the last matchup on Monday was the presence of using her bigs in the floor and defensive momentum. Austin, you talked about Emma Smith at the start and her 4 steals in the start. She said that they let the defense create the momentum in their second half as the Mountaineers did not have a hot first half in this last matchup on Monday.
Yeah, getting your defense to start something is a great way to get the entire team going in. Do you talk about this in any sport? And I hate to bring up other sports here, but just setting the tone and setting the momentum, no matter how you do it, it's a great way. I know I'm talking in circles here, but it's a great way to get everyone on board and get a comeback like you had on Monday night.
Absolutely. There's a reason why people say defense wins championships.
Yes.
And Emma Smith, top 5 in the Sun Belt in steals per game, going into the second game of the season at this point. So making a statement because 4 steals out of the gate. Very impressive way to start as you're looking at this new point guard senior taking on this role of a team that has lots of transfers within, as there are only 3 returning players, including Zoe McCrary, Emily Hagee, and Elena Pericic. And speaking of Elena Pericic, she did not get the start to this game, which is just something that's very interesting just to show the depth of this App State bench. Even with so many transfers, there's so much depth to this bench.
Yeah, granted, she didn't, correct me if I'm wrong, she didn't start Monday either, but I mean, off the bench, she had, she only had 3 points, but she had a lot of rebounds. And as mentioned before, she's a big fan of sour candy, so.
Absolutely. Credit there to
AWN.
Yes, Appalachian Weekly News' interview with her on Halloween, giving her some sour candies there. And their live show then, Morning on the Mountain, what they like to call it. But Pericic, the definition of her presence goes far past the statistic sheet, by far. So just someone to watch that. Maybe the numbers aren't as high, but setting up her teammates was something she did a great job of on Monday, of just putting people in the right position and distributing the ball accurately. And I think something to push towards Pericic is the fact is she took 6 shots, all behind the 3-point line. So something to show there that just because she's a big, she's not afraid to take those three-point shots. And we've seen last year that if she gets going from behind the arc, man, it's only a defense's worst nightmare.
Yeah, there's a big talking point here, positionless basketball. Your point guard or your shooting guard's the only two positions that may be set ever. Everyone else can pretty much do anything nowadays. And Coach Sharp on Media Day was talking about ways that she'll use Perisic in any way in this offense or defense.
As we get back into play here, Hayward to inbound for the Bruins. So they're going to try and find something now. Moving to the opposing side of the court here in the left corner. Hayward trying to find someone, pitching it around, finds Brooks near the App State bench, finds Price. Now as Price is triangle passing happening here as they're trying to move stuff around by the free throw line. Now driving to the basket, trying to get something, and just overshoots the basket. It was Dickerson in coverage there. Hagee moving with some tempo now. Finds a teammate across the floor by the Bruins bench, but Atala's going to turn the ball over in their paint.
Nice steal there by Anna Lane Wilder, the senior from College Park, Georgia, as that one drifts out of bounds.
Bruins moving with tempo across the floor there, but App State Mountaineer Jada Burton in coverage there. Only saw 13 minutes of play there, but a defensive presence as she picked up a block on Monday night. Bruins now to inbound as they're going to find Price just past that free throw line. Bruins still looking for their first points. Hagee is moving the team with tempo as she goes in and draws the foul for the first one of the game. Still 9-0 start for the Mountaineers.
Yeah, first foul there on Bob Jones. App State already committed 2, but with a 9-0 lead, that's not your concern right now.
Now, as we were just speaking of her, Elena Perisic and Zoe McCrary coming onto the floor. We saw this on Monday night. App State, Alara Sharp, putting her bigs on the floor. This is already with Jaden McBride here in the back of the floor as Emily Hagee sinks her first free throw to extend the lead to double digits. So we have 7 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
She makes both.
There you go. Now the Bruins looking for an answer as they are down 11-0, 3 minutes into this game. Burton in coverage for the Mountaineers. The Bruins are trying to find their first basket of the night. Hayward finds Price, moving along the baseline here, now passes outside of the Mountaineer bench. Tries to take a shot, but Perisic is there to get a hand on it, and that's a block. Mountaineers motioning in their possession, and Mountaineers will have it as the ball was loose out of bounds.
Yeah, Coach Sharp puts in the big lineup, and it pays out there as you've got Perisic guarding someone on the three-point line, and she just puts her hands up, knocked it down right there.
Burton now dribbling the ball across for the Mountaineers. Perisic is going to do a little no-look pass to find her teammate McCrary as she's going to put up a shot, and it's going to go in and out as the Bruins take it to their side of the floor.
That's one good thing, Bob Jones. They've been a very well-rebounding team recently.
Bob Jones still trying to find their star, Keely Price, and get their first basket of the night as they're going to try and dribble in. McCrary, great job putting her feet up. However, Bob Jones gets their first point of the night with Jenna Brooks. Emily Hagee now moving with some tempo as she's going to draw the foul and make the basket. To Bob Jones getting their first basket of the night in the paint, and then Hagee goes down and sends herself to the free throw line.
She does a really good job of playing inside. She's not afraid to go inside, which is a really good quality of this App State team. They executed very well in the second half on Monday night, going inside and still shooting it well from three. And drawing the foul there is just the icing on the cake.
Hagee to shoot her third free throw of the night last time, made both buckets as this one is in and out. Perisic with the rebound though, and will get her first two-pointer of the season. Bruins trying to look for an answer as they are down by 13 early here. Trying to get it to the inside, but Perisic picks up a loose ball. A turnover for the Bruins. Now Burton moving with some tempo. She's got Jaden McBride open in the corner, the right corner, but finds Perisic on a little pitch out for a three, and is no good. Bruins with the defensive rebound. Looks for the three for the Bruins. Finds Hayward by the App State bench. Moving around the three-point line. Trying to find something. Pericic almost intercepts the pass as Wilder takes the three and misses. App State defensive rebound. Moving with tempo here for the three-pointer. McBride dished out from Hagee and is bounced off the rim. Pericic with the offensive rebound and finds Burton, who's going to find McCrary. Gets her own offensive rebound in the paint for another two. 17-2 with 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Good rebound there by
Bob Jones. Wilder missed her last three there, but found herself in the corner by the App State bench and drained that one as we have an official media timeout. So we're going to take a break with them. It is 17-5 Mountaineers, 4 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the first quarter. You are listening to App State Women's Basketball on 90.5 WASU YouTube. App State Mountaineers off to a hot start here. It is 17-5 App State with 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter as Bob Jones just found their first three of the night as Jada Burton brings it down the floor and just takes it herself for the two.
And then steal!
Steal on the inbound as her whole team was across the floor with Burton. Quick 4 points for Burton there. She didn't tally any on Monday. Bruins now looking for something. Alara Sharp screaming from her bench, motioning her team on defense. She talked about the zone that was needed to improve, and looks like they're trailing there, and Burton there with a touch on the ball as the Bruins were just trying to get the ball past the three-point line, and that's what we've seen tonight. They just can't really get past this three-point line. App State defense not letting them in.
Yeah, again, 2 points only from, two of their points only came from inside the arc and hit 1 3. I'm going to give a shout out to Jada Burton here. Just up the road from Greenville in Spartanburg, going to Burns High School. And her presence.
And we've got a turnover here by Jada Burton. Again, another steal as she's going to take it down the floor for another point. 6 points in the last minute here. Bruins there were just trying to get the ball past the three-point line. It seems that they push it in. There's a turnover offensively by the Bruins. They're going to find a three here as they couldn't get past it, but Caitlin Dickerson picking up her first points of the night. Burton finds Mitchell in the corner. She's going to drive it in for the quick layup there.
Yeah, Bob Jones has found their majority of success is when they can get open from the three-point line, because when App State has full coverage, it's very hard for them to shoot the three ball.
Bob Jones working it around the free throw line here. Emma Smith in coverage on a pass to the inside by the baseline, and he's going to hit it out of bounds. So now Bob Jones will inbound the ball from their own baseline as we're going to make a substitution here. Dickerson is going to sub out. And Peyton Teague now will take the inbound for the Mountaineers. Inbound it to the corner here. Now we're at the top of the key. Imani Pouncey with the ball for the Bruins. Moving the ball around. Kaylee Price now with her second shot of the night, and it is no good. Now Burton with the defensive rebound, going to find Mitchell here in the paint, and it's just going to be just off bounce out. Defensive recovery by the Bruins.
Yes, again, back to this. Bob Jones, very good at getting rebounds. App State definitely has the height advantage out there right now, but you still see Bob Jones get these missed shot boards really
Price
easy.
in the corner now. With the Bruins is now Jaden Mitchell. Deja Mitchell getting a piece of it herself, as she's going to get the steal and take it down for the quick layup. This game has slipped away as we're going to get another timeout by Bob Jones here. 27-8 with 2 minutes remaining. App State putting up a clinic after only putting up 19 points in the first half versus Western Michigan this Monday.
Yeah, again, App State got to a very slow start, and a lot of that is to be expected because it is game one. It's your first actual time against competition, not in of yourself on the court. So, I mean, also jitters. It's the first game. Who's not nervous? So.
Is a good point. I know I would be.
Oh, yeah.
First basketball call of the season for me, and I mean, yeah, you can't deny the jitters before anything for the first time. As we'll have the Bruins now to inbound from App State's side of the floor as they're going to cross the floor. Peyton Teague with the ball at the top of the key. Passes it to her teammate Hayward. Finds Teague in the corner. Emma Smith in coverage. Motioning back out to the top. Passing it around the key. Now Pouncey with it. She takes it, calling a new play at the half-court line. Mitchell covering her. And McCrary in coverage as Price took the shot there and went no good from behind the three-point line. Is now App State again moving with tempo, working to their advantage tonight as they are going to find Beal in there for a quick layup to extend their lead 29-8.
Yadi Beal, the freshman from Erie, Pennsylvania. Two players from Erie. Jaden McBride also. And so, I mean, you have the recruiting advantage there.
Bruins going and picking up a quick layup themselves to counteract Beal's first points of the night. Now App State on offense again as they're going to find Mitchell from the outside, and that's going to bounce out. However, McCrary with the offensive rebound for them. Hagee, Mitchell's going to take a shot, but no, she's not. It's going to be a pass inside to her teammate Beal. Beal on the floor now with a couple Bruins, more blue jerseys than white. Emma Smith now on the floor. Very aggressive offense right here to maintain possession by the Mountaineers. And Hagee trying to do too much with it, and it bounces off as we're going to get a call on the floor here. It's going to be foul on Imani Pouncey here for Bob Jones. We're going to have an inbound here by Emma Smith for the Mountaineers as we get set back to take on play again. Mountaineers in white tonight, and Smith finds a fellow white jersey there with Atla, picking up a couple more points for her tonight. 31-10 as we are under a minute now in the first quarter. As Bob Jones just looking for something, calling a play at the top here. Is Price still looking for her first points of the night? She's averaged 16 points per game and still nothing in the first quarter. Emma Smith now moving with tempo on the turnover and finds Mitchell in the paint again. That combo there paying off tonight as now we are under 20 seconds left. 33-10. It's Teague now at the top of the key for the Bruins. Passes it to her teammate Hayward. Trying to find something. Price finds a quick two-pointer there as we're under 5 seconds now as Smith moving it down, staying aggressive with Hagee. Hagee's going to try and get a buzzer beater shot in here and gets it with the quick layup, keeping the tempo. Gas to the pedal at the end of the half despite having a 20-point lead there.
That's just stay on the gas, stay hot, stay ready, keep going right there.
Well, in this transition between quarters, we are going to take a quick break with it, but Mountaineers off to a commanding lead, 35-12 as we go into the second quarter. And welcome back into the Holmes Convocation Conference here. Holmes Convocation Center. As the Mountaineers are taking back to the floor here to start the second quarter. After a commanding start, 35-12, App State leads over Bob Jones.
The Mountaineers have played very well inside tonight, and again, that was one of their keys to success from Monday, and they've just kept it rolling.
Atla now to inbound from half court for the Mountaineers. We begin to start play. Mountaineers in white jerseys tonight as Bob Jones Bruins are in all blue. As they're looking for an answer here tonight, is that right before the half, their star player Keely Price tacked on her first bucket, picking up her first 2 points of the night. But something to watch that we talked about pregame is she averages 16 points per game through 2 games this season. So unlike her, to see her off to such a slow start as we get underway, as Emma Smith brings it out and Beal has it in the corner. Passing it around with Hagee, a smaller lineup on the floor for App State as they find Atla in the paint as she does not pick up the bucket there as it bounces out as Hayward's going to bring it across the floor for the Bruins. Looking for an answer here, down 23 at the start of the second. Passing around the corner, looking for Price here and just going to shoot the 3 instead, and it bounces off the top of the backboard on that one. Jenna Brooks with the attempted 3 for the Bruins.
The Mountaineers going with a slightly smaller roster. I mean, running 2 guards and actually, 2 guards and 3 bigs here. Well, not quite fully bigs, but 3 players over 6 foot. So, again, back to this positionless basketball.
Mountaineers trying to find a way into the paint here as 10 is on the play clock. Emma Smith trying to look for Atla, but she is covered. Finds Hagee at the top of the key on a whip around and sinks it for the 3, 38-12.
Emily Hagee has been amazing shooting the 3 ball all season, and just keep it up. She's definitely going to put the Sun Belt on watch.
As Bruins there are going to have a miscommunication and pass it out of bounds as we watch Hayward strut across the floor with frustration across her face as they're trying to find an answer here. 38-12 down early. Emma Smith now looking for an answer as we're going to get a whistle on the floor as Hayward's going to draw the charge on Smith.
Yeah, just got a little aggressive there. And, I mean, every referee crew is different, so it's not entirely sure. But, I mean, good try there.
Bruins with possession now, looking for more points. Finds Price just at the free throw line on a pass in, but rebounded by Stoker for the Mountaineers as Smith now moving with tempo. Finds Hagee by the Bruins bench and gonna instead pass it inside to the Beal, but is gonna draw the foul against Keely Price on that one as she's gonna be sent to the free throw line. Substitutions here as Emily Hagee's gonna sub out for Issa Roman for the Mountaineers as Addie Beal will take her first shot of the night. A couple shots already tonight, but no points on Monday, and she's gonna get her first point of the season on that first shot.
Nice.
Addie Beal with the second shot.
Her first 2 made free throws of her college career.
2 for 2. The freshman out of Erie, Pennsylvania. Now Bruins looking for an answer after those free throw attempts. Finds a teammate after spinning the ball around at the top, but it's going to be in and out. Wilder looking for another 3 on the night. App State with the defensive rebound, moving with some tempo here as they're going to find Atla in the paint, guarded by 4 Bruins there, and he's going to lose the ball on the dribble. Hayward trying to get something going for her team here as she finds her teammate Price out on the edge, but just going to pitch it back to Hayward at the top of the key, and it's going to go in and out as close as you could get to trying to sink the 3, but it's going to bounce out, and now App State again with tempo and finds Beal. for a quick layup as they beat the Bruins to getting their feet set on the other side of the floor. 42-12. 7 minutes left in the second quarter. Atla covering Price at the top of the key. Tries to find something on the inside but isn't there, and Hagee with the defense as a Bruin hits the floor on the baseline. Hagee's gonna get called for the foul there. Just a little too aggressive.
Yeah.
Versus number 15 Bruin, Faith Hayward. Dickerson now to inbound for the Bruins. Finds her teammate, Wilder. Now to Hayward at the top of the key. Dickerson in some trouble with Roman in coverage. As they lose the ball, however, recovered by App State bench. Now finds Hayward as the play clock expires to 2-1. Tries to get the shot off. Gets it off, but is no good for the two-pointer. Hagee with the offensive rebound for App State. Moving with tempos, they're going to find Roman in the corner, trying to make something work. Beal now underneath the basket and goes under and over for a quick two to extend the lead.
Again, her presence and App State's presence inside the paint tonight has just been elite. It's been suffocating for this Bob Jones defense to contain.
Bruins moving around here, trying to pass something. Goes for another three, no good for Hayward. Now, Roman with the defensive rebound. McBride trying to find her teammate with a quick little pass on the inside to Riley Stoker, who's seeing her first minutes of the season tonight, but is no good as she is sent to the free throw line. Stoker to line up from the charity stripe for her first points as it bounces off the back.
These would also be her first made free throws of her college career. As she is a freshman, she didn't score last on Monday night.
The freshman out of Davie, Florida, picks up 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. She sinks that last one as now Bruins across the floor with Hayward. Looking for anything here as there's switching the ball back and forth, and just another shot from the three there, and it is no good for Bob Jones. Is now App State moving with some tempo, and Roman finds her in the corner for her first three of the season. Bob Jones looking for something here. Anything at this point is a positive if they drive into the paint with Jada McBride in coverage. But it's going to be no good as it bounces off the rim. And now App State again with another defensive rebound. App State in the corner, driving to the inside. But the Bruins defense is going to pay off here. Maybe they can capitalize as they push her out of bounds. It is Bruins ball now to be inbounded from the baseline. Austin, what do they need to do here to get some momentum as they are down heavily early, 36 points down?
Well, the best thing you can do is get players open from three. When you have players open in 3 point, Bob Jones have had a lot of success. They've made majority of their points off open threes. Now, to App State's credit, they've done a really good job guarding, so you just have players running around. I know it's a crazy strategy at this point, but anything it takes to get back in this ball game.
8 on the play clock now. Bruins looking for something as they're trying to communicate. Roman tries to swat at a Bruins ball as they drive in. Zoe McCrary with the block. Pericic loving it from the bench as she stands up and celebrates. Jaden Burton finds Jada McBride. She's going to take the three from the opposite side of the floor and just bounce out. Hayward with the defensive rebound. And Dickerson with the rebound. She's going to move it down the floor. Now trying to find something. Dickerson saves her teammate out of a lost dribble there as they recover possession. 17 on the play clock. Moving into the paint. Looking for anything here. Doesn't take the shot underneath the paint, but instead dishes it out to Dickerson. But Dickerson comes up no good from the three-point line by the App State bench.
Bob Jones has adopted a sort of a full-court press type of defense here.
Hey, Roman with the three now. No good, but McCrary gets the offensive rebound over a Bruin. to add to her total of the night. Alora Sharp said she was an unsung hero, as she didn't show much on the statistics sheet, but did a great job setting up her teammates on Monday night, getting a basket there, as Bob Jones just going to take a quick little shot from the free throw line, and it's going to be no good. We're going to need a whistle on the floor. It's going to be on Issa Roman for the Mountaineers, who just got a little too aggressive in the paint there.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple times from the Mountaineers, trying to set up a screen and get a little too aggressive. Didn't work out, but, I mean, you're up 50-12.
As you said there, Austin,
yeah.
50-12. What a more commanding start, something with Laura Sharp's new coaching staff entering their second year here for the Mountaineers. But what a great start here, as we have 3 minutes and 44 seconds left in the second quarter, but we are going to take a break with this media timeout. You're listening to App State Women's Basketball on 90.5 WASU YouTube. Welcome back to App State Women's Basketball here on 90.5 WASU YouTube. If you're just joining us, App State off to a commanding start, 50-12, with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the second half. However, this Bruins team, nothing to look over right now. Mike LaVere in his 13th year as head coach for the Bruins, and in the last 3 seasons, they have ranked top 25 nationally in the National Christian Collegiate Athletic Association. So still a Division I program that has a winning culture.
Yeah, fun fact, I actually grew up down the street, not quite down the street, but sort of around Bob Jones. So definitely a basketball program that's been talked about a lot in the upstate of South Carolina. I mean, look, they're playing a D1 NCAA program here. This is not a comparison, but they should take what they can from tonight. And they've seen once you get open from three, it really works for them.
Bob Jones with possession on their side as the play clock begins to expire with 2-1. Price looking for just to get the shot off and is just off from the three, as Burton, who's been commanding from the point guard position tonight, is going to find Deja Mitchell in the corner, but overshoots her teammate Zoe McCrary in the middle. She squints as she wishes she could have that one back, as Burton's trying to take advantage of an offensive turnover by the Mountaineers. Burton covering Pouncey at the top of the key as they're still just trying to get past this three-point line. Zone defense working for the Mountaineers as they're switching off, keeping them outside, pushing them. Play clock again expiring. Got to get a shot off. Price gets the clock off, however, gets the shot off, but again, just using the play clock to the Mountaineers' advantage, making them just have to really think about their shots.
Yeah, having the shot clock violation there because it didn't hit the rim, so you can get it off. You just got to make contact or go in.
Pericic looking in for another layup, but it's going to draw the foul in the paint for the Mountaineers. Pericic will be sent to the line for the Mountaineers. Only 3 points on Monday, but as we said, her leadership presence for this team goes past the statistics sheet as she misses that first free throw.
Definitely someone great to have in the locker room. One of the few older presences on this team that's a lot of younger transfers, and there's only 3 returners, and she's one of them. So
Pericic sinks that next free throw as App State 5 of their last 7 field goals. The Bruins working around the top of the key. Burton in coverage on Teague at the top. Moving to her left. Gonna try and shift Burton, but is not enough as she's gonna miss her three-pointer as she just didn't quite get her feet set there on that three-point attempt.
Yeah, and for Bob Jones, just keep moving, find open shots. That's their key to chipping away at this lead.
Jada Burton working against the Bruins, but pitches it out to her teammate, Alina Pericic, to get her first 3 of the night. Shot 6 on Monday and has already shot 3 tonight, but finds the hoop on that one.
Talk about finding ways and finding open threes. App State listened to it. We'll see if the Bruins and Bob Jones will do the same.
Pericic 2 for 3 tonight. Bob Jones already attempted 12, only has found success on 2 of them as they're trying to drive, but Jada Burton with strong defense on that one as the ball's gonna go out of bounds off of Mountaineer. Bruins setting up a call here on the inbound from their own baseline. Motioning for a 3-ball, whatever that means, I'm not sure, but here comes the 3-ball play. Teague to inbound, finds her teammate by the App State bench, trying to, but the shot clock violation again. Mountaineer defense just burning clock when the Bruins are on offense.
It's Mountaineers' defense has been very suffocating. It's reminding me a lot of that second half on Monday night. That's when I think they really came into their all the gears started turning, everything started clicking.
As now we enter the last minute of the first half as Deja Mitchell trying to find something there. Such a successful night with 16 points on Monday. Finds her teammate Zoe McCrary in the paint. Moving around now in the corner with Alina Pericic. She's just going to take the 3 even with Price in her face. Zoe McCrary with the offensive rebound, and that was the unsung hero from Monday night as she's going to seek another one off of her own offensive rebound.
And she draws the foul, so opportunity for a 3-point play here for the Mountaineers, expanding this lead to 56-12.
McCrary had 5 offensive rebounds on Monday. She's already got 4 here tonight, and we haven't even entered the second half. 42 seconds remain in this first half. 56-12 Mountaineers as McCrary's going to miss that one. Pericic with the offensive rebound, and he's going to draw another foul as Deja Mitchell goes to pick her up, and they're smiling ear to ear on that one.
Yeah. Back to the line. Here we go. Mountaineers enter the bonus. We're granting the bonus for the next 40.7 seconds. So
Issa Roman and Riley Stoker substitute in for the Mountaineers. Marta Gutierrez also on the floor for the Mountaineers, who's actually roommates with Ferio Defna Alta.
Wow.
Pericic misses her attempt, but Zoe McCrary with another offensive rebound and makes the basket as we are now 34 seconds left with this first half. Teague trying to get something to go for her team. Gonna find her teammate Pouncey at the top of the key. Gutierrez in coverage. Price comes out to help her out, but Stoker not letting her move in. We got an equally sized matchup here. Price takes the shot but misses. Stoker in coverage. Roman now moving down the floor. 10 seconds to go in the first half. Looks like she's going to kill the clock, motioning, moving Stoker across court as she's going to drive to the right.
Draws the foul.
Sharp clapping on that one. It's going to be 2 shots for Isa Roman here. Isa Roman sinks her first one, 3 points on the night. Shooting 50% from the field with her lone 3-point attempt. As she sinks her second one. 4 seconds remain in the first half. Gotta do something quick here for the Bruins. Teague trying to move up the floor. 2-1. Tries to get the shot off. Pushes it. Hits the backboard and out. App State 61-12 at the end of the first half. Austin, takeaways here. What the Mountaineers just put up 61
pure domination.
points. Oh.
I have to say it, but just pure domination. App State has came out, done everything right, and it's showing. You're up 61-12.
App State only put up 65 points on Monday versus Western Michigan, and here Alara Sharp was happy at the end of the game when she said that she held Western Michigan to 40 points, and here she's got the Bruins with only 12 points going into the first half. Has to feel good. So we're going to take a quick break here at halftime, but we'll be back with a little halftime analyst here in a few minutes. But 61-12 Mountaineers, you're listening to App State Women's Basketball on 90.5 WASU YouTube. Welcome back to your halftime report here as the App State Mountaineers are leading Bob Jones Bruins 61-12 here at home in the Boone, North Carolina. I'm your play-by-play Grace Ellen Callahan. Joining me is my color, Austin Cochran. Austin, it seems that the ball's being spread all the way around. We see the bench getting involved here with App State, but who is a player that is standing out to you on App State's side of the ball?
Down the stretch, I would have to go with Down the stretch, I have to go with Zoe McCrary. And also Landon Peritich. I'll have to go give the shout-outs to both of them here. They got inside, put their head down, played gritty, hard-nosed basketball, and they drew fouls and got points. They went to the line. And I don't want to sound like Moneyball here, but he gets on base reference, but you get to the line, you're scoring points, you're expanding this lead, you're proving why later in the season you can trust me in a last-second scenario to maybe send this team to the NCAA tournament later on.
After an injury last season, Zoe McCrary showing clear success through these first 2 games of the season as she was an unsung hero in Monday's matchup versus Western Michigan for App State, according to Alara Sharp. With her offensive rebound presence, already tonight she has 5 offensive rebounds. Austin, you've played some basketball. What impact does that mean when you have someone in the paint that's able to pick up those rebounds?
When you're able to get in the paint, get the ball back, and set up these second chance points, I mean, you end up with 61-12 games. Well, not every time, but you end up expanding your lead, keeping this game going, and just controlling possession. Defensive offense wins championships also. Because I know you mentioned defense wins championships. That's technically a form of defense, offense, however you look at it. But defense is keeping you on offense, if you get what I'm saying.
Speaking of offense here, Elena Peritich, 6 points away from 1,000. What do you think's running through her mind here? She probably has no idea about this
hopefully
statistic.
She has no idea about this statistic because...
what does that mean for a player when they hit that 1,000th point?
Oh, it'd just be jubilation. That's the only way to put it. And if she stays hot, I think she could get there. I don't want to put the commentator curse on her, but hopefully.
Elena Peritich went 1 for 6 on Monday night, however, proving to be much more successful and efficient with her shot taking tonight. She's gone 2 for 4 from the line, one of those sinking a 3, 7 points on the night. But the Mountaineers, super commanding start to say the least.
Super commanding.
61-12 start. We've got about 7 minutes left in half, but we'll come back with your second half tip-off here on 90.5 WASU YouTube. Welcome back here to 90.5 WASU YouTube. You're listening to App State women's basketball as the App State Mountaineers lead the Bob Jones Bruins 61-12 as we start here going into the second half. We told you a little bit about stories from the game, but something to watch out for in this second half as we've got some milestones coming up. Elena Pericic, 6 points away from 1,000. Austin, you said the emotion is jubilation of hitting a milestone like that, but definitely some things to look out for going into this second half.
Yeah, not to get too personal with it, but I had a friend in high school. He broke our school's record, and because I played golf with him, so I asked him just one day on the golf course. All right, so what was it like? Not to be cliche, what was it like when you broke the record? He was like, it was awesome. But I mean, I didn't know at the time, obviously.
Breaking records on the line here as we start the second half. Bob Jones in possession. Switch sides of the floor as now they head towards the App State student section. Finds Price in the paint, pitches it out to her teammate Dickerson. Just short as she just hit the net on that three-pointer. McCreary to inbound from the Bob Jones baseline. Hagee motioning towards the left side of the floor. Finds McBride in the corner. Whistle on the floor. We're going to have a foul on Dickerson here for the Bruins. Just some shoving going on the inside of the floor on that last play. Mitchell finds Hagee in the corner, opposite of the App State bench for the three. Threes around the Holmes Convocation Center as it is 64-12.
I know I mentioned this earlier for Bob Jones to really hone in on because I think they found majority of their points from it. App State.
Dickerson finds Wilder there for a quick layup, as you were saying.
App State has utilized that a lot more, and they've attacked a lot from that three-point position as they do right now.
McBride with the three. That WNBA blood running through her veins there. Her sister Kayla McBride plays for the Minnesota Lynx, who were in the WNBA Finals 2 years ago there, playing a key pivotal moment in that now as Bob Jones finds Price just for a little free throw shot there for the quick two. Bob Jones extends their score to 16.
Yes, as they cut lead down to 51 here.
Emma Smith trying to find something, but instead pitches it out to Jada McBride again, and is in and out on that as Zoe McCreary was there potentially for the rebound, but hit the floor with Jenna Brooks for the Bruins. Bruins outside their three-point line, near their bench. Dickerson trying to find something here. Brooks now at the top of the key with Hagee in coverage. Bruins trying to motion and move something down on the baseline, but there are too many white jerseys in there. App State with it now, moving with tempo, finds Deja Mitchell, trying to go for that quick layup that we saw so much of, that Emma Smith to Deja Mitchell connection there. Emma Smith thinks about the three, but instead passes to Hagee in the corner by the App State bench, who's then going to drive in and pitch it out to McBride again. Bounces off the rim for the three, but then Zoe McCreary with yet another offensive rebound. Hagee by her own bench finds Emma Smith on the inside on the baseline, tries to go for a little under layup and draws the foul.
Yeah, one thing I know early on in this second half, Bob Jones have set down really quick and settled down these App State fast breaks, which App State just feasted on points in the first half with.
As Emma Smith heads to the line for the Mountaineers, something Bob Jones is just trying to do right now is don't feel disappointed. Just keep focusing on your game. Don't let the size matchups get in your head. They're trying to focus on playing their game and taking it one basket at a time. They know they're down big time here. However, they're just trying to find something here as they're going to take the ball across as Emma Smith went 1 for 2 on her free throws. Brooks in the corner by her own bench. Looks for a teammate at the top. Bruins trying to drive inside. Dickerson trying to find something under the layup, but instead is going to pitch it out to Brooks. Sets her feet for the three. Teammates cheering her on, but it's going to be off the basket. Hagee with the offensive rebound. There's that Deja Mitchell connection. 2 for Deja Mitchell there.
The Mountaineers fast break returns right there and again. I mean, yes, Bob Jones able to slow it down. This is a really good fast break. And heading into conference play in the tougher part of your schedule as you travel to a really rebuilt Clemson team under Coach Sean Poppy. It'll be interesting what to see them do against these power teams on the schedule like Clemson and West Virginia.
App State Mountaineers, great defense here as Zoe McCrary going to get called for a foul here. Shock on her face as Jenna Brooks was on offense there for that one. Brooks now heading to the line to take 2 for Bob Jones Bruins here. Alara Sharp at the half mentioned that defense is still an emphasis here. They held them to 12 at the end of the first half as Brooks sinks her first free throw there, but defense an emphasis here and is something that Emma Smith credited their second half success versus Western Michigan on Monday too, as the defense created momentum for them to extend and become so active on offense as well. App State is now at 70 points. It's 70-18, but App State looking to hold Bob Jones here and really focus on this defense that Alara Sharp even mentioned, focusing on their zone as well in her post-game press conference as McBride for another 3 there from the opposite side of the floor.
Really good attack there and covered here, and she just still drains it. Doesn't even have the backboard, no bank, just nothing but net.
Bruins now trying to move inside. Brooks trying to find something. Her teammate's going to come in and help her out. Hayward, it's going to be short as just the size matchup was a little too much there with McBride in the paint over her. Emma Smith heading in. A good layup there with Diamond Buxton in coverage for the Bruins, but nonetheless, Emma Smith working her way around the big forward. Teague now at the top of the key, finds Hayward on the right side of the floor, pushes it into Teague in the corner. Hagee is covering Teague. Pericic intercepts the pass from Teague to Hayward and finds Emma Smith on the breakaway and draws the foul. Basket doesn't land, but Smith grimacing a little on the fall there as she rubs her knee a little there, but looks to be A-okay. She heads to the line.
Yeah, again, the fast break there, and you're Bob Jones there. You just try and stop it, slow it down, and sometimes you have to foul, and that's just part of the game.
75-18 with 4 minutes and 59 seconds remaining in this third quarter, and we have a media timeout. So we're going to take a quick break here, but Mountaineers commanding lead as we are halfway through the third quarter here in Boone, North Carolina. You're listening to App State Women's Basketball on 90.5 WASU YouTube. Welcome back into Boone, North Carolina, here in the Holmes Convocation Center, where the Mountaineers lead 75-18, halfway through the third quarter here. Alina Pericic with the free throw moments ago, 5 points away from 1,000 is the story we're watching here in the second half. However, there's more to say here. Deja Mitchell has had a lot of success on these breakaways here from her teammates.
Yeah, the Mountaineers just, Mitchell and everyone in general, if you're able to get the ball down the court that quick, yeah, it's resulted in a lot of Mountaineer points, a lot in the first half. And Bob Jones has slowed it down just a tad bit in the second, but you've still seen 3 or 4 breakaways in these past 5 minutes.
App State with their defensive turnovers leading to those Deja Mitchell quick points, as she was leading her team at the half. 12 points. Emily Hagee now ties her with 12, as Hagee is perfect on the night. Only missing 1 free throw, but 4 for 4 from the field. 2 of those 3-pointers, as Emma Smith misses her first free throw as she was fouled before the break. And sinks this next one, 77-18. As Smith subs off the floor, as and Burton comes onto the floor. Now we're going to have some substitutions for the Bruins, as Imani Pouncey will come onto the floor. And Hayward leaves for the bench. Teague brings the ball across the floor for the Bruins. Pouncey now at the top of the key with Burton in coverage, just passes it over Burton's head. Trying to make something work now in the paint. Attila in coverage, and it pays off as Hagee gets the defensive rebound on the missed shot for the Bruins. Hagee at the top of the key. Bruins in coverage.
Pretty big mismatch here, as Atla is on Teague right now.
Hagee finds Pericic in the paint.
Yeah,
Shot didn't have too much on it, but still misses it as Pericic heads to the line.
App State's seen many mismatches in height so far tonight, and these are great opportunities to attack and get points off them.
Pericic with her first shot. Sinks it. We'll just continue the countdown here. 4 away from 1,000. With the next shot. And bounces off, but Pericic gets her own offensive rebound. Finds Stoker and then gives it back to Pericic in the corner. Stoker gets some help from Burton, who now brings it to the top. Attila is going to get it in the paint. As the Bruins are going to get a defensive rebound here. Teague moving with some tempo, trying to get her team set up, but seem to be moving faster than her teammates, as now they are all set. As Pouncey's moving around. McClary trying to get something to go right. Finds Buxton at the top of the key now. Big forward at the top, trying to work against Jada Burton. She has the height advantage, but going to pounce off to Pouncey, as Pouncey gets the screen and going to come up no good as Burton gets the defensive rebound. Moving fast with tempo here, just going to take it herself and sinks it in the paint.
Good job there, just being aggressive, going to get in the basket.
Burton, perfect on the day, 4 for 4 with 8 points. As Burton there, another turnover here as Isa Roman is going to get the breakaway layup there. Roman, someone who didn't see minutes on Monday, but is someone that Alara Sharp and the coaching staff sees as the future point guard for App State women's basketball. So much potential in her fundamentals. Pericic, huge size advantage versus Pouncey at the top. As Mountaineers are moving around in zone coverage, finds Pouncey on the other side of the floor and sinks the 3. Bruins loving to see that. We see Keely Price excited on the bench as Mountaineers moving fast with Riley Stoker. Had a look at the 3 but didn't take it. Attila just at the free throw line, pitches it out to her teammate by the three. That is Issa Roman.
Back-to-back points here for Oman.
That is double-digit points on the night for Roman. 10, as App State is on a 15-3 lead, making 3 of their last 3 field goals. Pouncey trying to find some action here as she finds McClary in the paint, and he gets up a quick 2 there as there was a leak in the App State zone defense. Burton calling a play as she crosses half court. Burton driving to the left, just going to take it herself again, but instead pitches it out to Issa Roman for the 3 by the App State bench, and it is just barely missed as there's a tussle for the ball, but Pouncey comes up with it for the Bruins. She's got a matchup here versus Roman, chooses not to take it, waits for her teammate, who's going to go and try and get the layup, but just outside. Right there, trying to get the points for the Bruins. They've just surpassed 20 points with 23. Antla gonna find Pericic in the paint. Antla there, finding her teammate Pericic. And I believe she is 2 away from 1,000 now. As there's gonna be a air ball by the Bruins there. They missed the basket. 87-23 with 1 minute remaining in the third quarter. Pericic still on the floor, 1 basket away from 1,000 points. As Pericic actually subs off the floor now. So everyone, you'll just got to wait and see for our fourth quarter action of play as Beal comes onto the floor for the Mountaineers as Roman now with the ball as the point guard on the floor. Antla now with the ball at the top of the key. Big forward matchup against Teague. She's got probably close to a foot on her, but passes it off to Marta Gutierrez. Beal finds Roman. Roman sees the size advantage and tries to take it to the floor. Draws the foul with 9 on the shot clock. Heads to the line.
Can Roman continue her hot streak here? She has been elite in this third quarter so far.
Roman with the first shot. Sinks it home. 11 points in this game. No points on Monday as she saw 4 minutes of action and 0 for 2 on the floor, but taking shots with limited minutes. Shows a level of aggressiveness and confidence in your shot as she's going to sink both of those from the free throw line.
The freshman from Cary had a big impact so far tonight.
Teague trying to get her team going here as they're going to find Wright again, trying to get a layup, but it's just so hard as Antla, the Mountaineer in coverage, is now Mountaineers again, moving with tempo. Roman calling for the ball, but the App State Mountaineer bench finds Beal on the inside. Great decision making there for the layup. 16 seconds to go in the third quarter. Bruins, can they find points here? Bounces off a Mountaineer foot. Bruins maintain possession. Hayward finds Teague on the right side of the floor. 5 seconds on the clock. Moving against Riley Stoker. Riley Stoker, great defense here as the clock will expire. Teague did not get the shot off, but she did make the two-pointer.
She made it.
91-23 as we head into the fourth quarter here. Folks, we're on the brink of a highlight night for Alina Pericic, the second-year Mountaineer. She is 2 points away from 1,000, so stay with us here on 90.5 WASU YouTube. Welcome back to App State Women's Basketball here on 90.5 WASU YouTube. Mountaineers with a huge lead here, 91-23 as we open up fourth quarter play. 10 minutes remain in this ball game. App State, what's been the story here? How have they been able to put up so many points?
You attack the basket very well, and you shot the three ball amazing. If you continue to play this aggression, and we'll see this throughout the rest of the season, it's going to be a very hard team to stop.
Mountaineers 66% from the field. Some players shooting perfect for the Mountaineers, being very efficient with their shots as the Mountaineers begin to take the floor, and Bruins about to break huddle.
Elena Perisic back on for the Mountaineers. Could this be the possession? Could this be the shift?
Perisic 2 points away from 1,000. As there's three bigs on the floor for the Mountaineers, as App State will inbound. Atla will inbound for the Mountaineers from the half court. Roman, point guard for the Mountaineers. Atla finds Perisic. Perisic looks to drive, does not. Roman finds a quick opening and takes the two. Great movement there by the freshman.
The lead is at 70.
Bruins in their own corner by their own bench. Trying to move in. Brooks finds Dickerson on the left side of the floor. He's going to take that three from the corner, bounces off the rim. Atla gets the offensive rebound. Mountaineers didn't think about touching it, thought about letting it go, but does not. Perisic with the quick breakaway there, but just a miscommunication from Atla to Perisic. Perisic just motioning to her teammate, my bad, no worries, let's keep moving. We got a couple other things moving for us right now, as you said, Austin. 70-point lead at this point.
Yeah.
9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter now, as we've seen 1 minute of play in the fourth quarter. Brooks heads to her corner again. Hayward finds Wilder. Wilder at the top of the key at the right, but again, another play clock violation there. App State defense.
Just been elite in suffocating all night.
At half, Alara Sharp told us that she wanted to keep the pressure on the defense, that was the emphasis of the second half, focusing on the techniques of their defense as Perisic takes the three as it bounces in and out. Would have broken the 1,000th career point. Dickerson taking the ball across half court for the Bruins. Finds Hayward. Hayward looking for Price. As Price normally averages 16 points per game and only has 4 on the night. Hayward takes the ball from the top of the key. Motion going across the baseline as Bruins are going to drive in, but Atla covering in defense for the Mountaineers as they get the defensive rebound. Roman just going to take it herself on the momentum. Perisic with the quick pass, but finds her teammate Gutierrez at the top, and Gutierrez takes a little shot from inside the paint and just bounces off the back of the rim. Dickerson to inbound for the Bruins as Hayward crosses the floor, and Bob Jones will call a timeout here. 7 minutes and 54 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. It is 93-23 as we're going to take a media timeout as well with the Bruins. App State commanding as they see the finish line here. You're listening to App State Women's Basketball on 90.5 WASU YouTube. Welcome back into the Holmes Convocation Center. We've got Ayers guitars going on here. Fans loving to see their Mountaineers up 70 points here in the fourth quarter. I'm your play-by-play, Grace Ellen Callahan. Joining me is my color, Austin Cochran. And Austin, holy smokes, gas to the pedal here.
70 points. Yeah, if you're having fun, the App State offense has been having fun tonight. This has been, you're 7 points away from 100. Do the boards go to 100? Will we hit 100?
I do believe the boards do go to 100. However,
I would hope they do because, you do see crazier things in basketball.
7 minutes away. It only takes a point per minute in order to hit that point. And it's 7 minutes and 54 seconds, too. So you even got some extra change there.
You got some change.
If you're just joining us, there is a story tonight unfolding as Alina Pericic is on the floor and is also 2 points away from 1,000 career points. Been waiting to see when she will break it. As you hear some eruption from App State Mountaineer fans in the background, we have two older women playing the air guitar with wooden crutches in the crowd as we listen to the music over the speakers. But Issa Roman laughing on the court. Daphne Altala as well, having some fun as the Mountaineers are all getting into some air guitars. Pericic throwing some air pumps in the
have fun, play loose, play free. Don't be afraid to make mistakes and go get 1,000 points, Elena. I hope she has no idea because, again, it's always, if you're in that mindset, unless you're, yeah.
Bruins inbound from the half-court line. Dickerson driving to the basket. Gutierrez in coverage, finds her teammate Brooks from her, right from the corner, and misses her three-pointer. Now Mountaineers moving with tempo cross court. Roman, point guard, finds Pericic at the top of the key, who gives it to Altala in the paint. But covered by two Bruins, comes up unsuccessful. Altala, the 4 points on the night, 2 for 5 on her field goals as Hayward tries to drive in but doesn't find anything. Bruins move it around and Wright finds the three.
Yeah, very good coverage of that last in on Altala by Bob Jones there.
Roman signaling to Gutierrez as they are on the left side of the floor. Gutierrez finds Beal just by the free throw line. Looking at Pericic by the Mountaineer bench. Wide open from three, but going to choose to drive as she drives into the hoop.
And she will go to the line. This is my worst fear.
So we've got Yosef here right behind us, actually petting Austin's hair right now.
Welcome to the broadcast, Yosef.
Yosef, do you have any words to say? So we've got some motioning here. Yes, talking with our hands here. Yes. Absolutely, love it. And, good form there.
Yes.
As we motion for the basketball. Yeah, we get some fist bumps from Yosef as he walks away. Always love Yosef coming and saying hello as Pericic makes her first shot. Folks, one away from 1,000 as Pericic lines up for her second shot. Jada Burton and Issa Roman on the other side of the floor and sinks it.
1,000 points for Elena Pericic. And she's with time to go.
6 minutes, 50 seconds left to play here as it's 95-26. Mountaineers lead. Bruins looking for a basket here with Dickerson in the corner. Stoker in coverage. Finds Peely at the top, or Price from the top of the key. Moving the ball around here. Brooks trying to find something with Burton and Pericic in coverage, but finds her teammate right from her corner that she's been sitting in. Shooting threes, leading her team tonight with 8 points, 2 for 7 from three. As the Bruins come up with a defensive turnover there. Trying to move the ball around the arc here and finds right under the paint and is going to step out of bounds. Mountaineer possession. Pericic was the one in coverage. 1,000 points, Austin.
That's an insane feat. Congratulations to the player.
Alina Pericic, the second-year Mountaineer, who's taking on the leadership as like one of the faces of this Mountaineer team as we have started off App State women's play this year as Beal finds the hoop there for a quick layup in the paint.
I'm sure the amount of sour candy she'll be eating for 1,000 points will be record-breaking also.
Absolutely, as we're going to see a three here from the Bruins. It's going to be off the back and nothing there as Issa Roman brings it across the floor for the Mountaineers. Roman looking for some help here with Bruins in coverage. Hayward taking advantage of the similar height with Roman. Burton helps her out and then finds Beal in the paint.
99-29 lead back to 70, and you're 1 point away from hitting 100 on the night.
So we just had the 1,000th career point for Parachich. Now App State looking to break 100 for the first time this season. And second matchup so far in the year as Bruins now going to drive to the hoop, and that's going to be Wright who's going to draw a foul. It's beyond Issa Roman there. Issa Roman with 14 points on the game, who's started off the night with 4 for 4. Has since fallen off a little bit from that, but still perfect from the charity stripe.
Still.
Issa Roman seeing 15 minutes already tonight after only seeing 4 minutes on Monday. What's been something positive that you've seen out of this young freshman point guard?
She's been very aggressive, not afraid to shoot the three, and she's been very good from three-point. And again, getting to the line, 4 for 4 from the line. Scoring matters. Scoring and rebounding, and you win games like this.
The coaching staff for the Mountaineers said that Issa Roman is one of their most recruits that they're so excited for, as she is a true freshman and has so much potential. As we've seen tonight, she's been so selective with her shots and her footwork as well. Just how she was able to move through the floor. She's had a couple step back, just quick little 2 shots, knowing how to work around the defense. What does that do to you when you're able to read the court that well, Austin?
I mean, again, reading the court at any point that well, getting these shots, getting your own shots and creating shots for other players. But doing that as a true freshman, right out of high school, same age as me essentially, that's insane to think of. She will be a huge asset for this team for the years to come.
Absolutely, something that the Mountaineers are looking forward to. But we're going to take a quick little 30-second break here before we could jump back into play. But you're listening to App State Women's Basketball, leading 99-29. Stay around to see if we hit 100 or not. Right back after this short break. You're listening to App State Women's Basketball, 90.5 WASU YouTube. Appalachian State Mountaineers looking to break 100 as they lead 99-29 versus Bob Jones University here. 4 minutes and 51 seconds left in this matchup. We have here App State will continue their homestand as they'll take on Davidson on November 12th here at home. So something to look forward to if you're around in the high country, to come up here and support women's basketball in the Holmes Convocation Center. Bruins to inbound from their own baseline, as we're going to see Burton with another steal here. Gutierrez recovers the loose ball as Gutierrez finds Burton at the top by half court, and Burton's going to wait for her team to get settled at the start here with Bruin in coverage, and she's just going to take it right in. Open lane, nobody there. Burton picking up her 10th point of the night.
Welcome to Mountaineer Basketball 101, as that's your score for Appalachian State right now. App State 101, Bob Jones 29. And also Burton, she's played on both sides of the Old Mountain Jug rivalry as she is a transfer from Western Carolina.
Mountaineers capitalizing off the missed three-pointer attempt as Gutierrez drives to the basket on the quick pace play and draws the foul. Austin, I like what you did there, 101.
Yes.
There's some good wording off that play right there. Great call. Gutierrez at the line. And she finds her first points of the night.
Her first points of the season, and correct me if I'm wrong, first points as a Mountaineer?
Yes.
Yes.
As a Mountaineer, she is among the 8 Mountaineers that joined the roster in the offseason, only 3 returning. As Bruins taking some quick pace here on the defensive rebound off that last missed free throw. And they'll come up unsuccessful on their drive. And Burton again, wide open free lane, but Pericic with an open 3 just bounces off the rim, but Burton gets the offensive rebound. Riley Stoker thinks about the 3 on the left side of the floor. Passes to Burton and gives it back to her, takes the 3, and it is unsuccessful as Emma Smith is going to hit the floor. Or my apologies, Beal. That'll be Addie Beal. We're going to get a whistle on the floor to stop play. The stoppage of play here. We're going to get a couple substitution by the Mountaineers. 3.5 minutes remain here in the fourth quarter. Issa Roman will inbound the ball for the Mountaineers. 20 seconds is on the shot clock. Roman to inbound. Can't find anyone. Finds Stoker, though, who sneaks outside on the left. Gutierrez at the top. Motioning to the left. Sees a lane's going to take it. Passes it to the inside for Beal. Beal tags another 2 on for tonight. What a successful night for her. 16, 7 for 8 as the Mountaineers extend to 104-31 their lead. Bruins looking for a passage here. Again, Mountaineer defense so commanding as Pouncey's going to look for something and it's going to bounce off, and Mountaineers will capitalize on the defensive rebound. And looking for Attila on the inside in the paint, but Beal will capitalize on Attila's missed shot there.
Lead up to 75. That is, wow, that is a testament to how good the Appalachian State offense has been tonight.
Bruins looking for points here as Brunson's looking for it. McClary from the right corner for the 3. Nothing, but look at this.
Little tussle for the ball. That will be Bob Jones' ball's possession arrow is in their favor.
6'2" Addie Beal going up against 5'5" Peyton Teague and wins the jump ball, and the Bruins bench was excited for that. Big height difference there, and Teague not letting Beal scare her away in any shape or form and winning the tussle for the Bruins as Bruins looking to capitalize on that one jump ball, and the bench loves to see that as
yeah, you got to support your team.
Diamond Buxton finds the basket there.
I mean, you've more than doubled your score in the second half, so.
As we're going to see App State misses their shot, and Bruins get the defensive rebound. So they're going to look to take advantage of this. They're going to find Teague in the corner by the Bruins bench. Bounces off the rim. Issa Roman, the defensive rebound. Roman moving with tempo, sees a lane, gonna take it, tries to get the over-under layup, but Beal gonna get it from Beal. Beal gonna get the shot from the Roman assist there. 108-33 with 90 seconds left to play in this match. Hayward driving to the basket and loses some footing as we're gonna get a whistle on the floor. Attila in coverage. as Hayward will head to the line for the Bob Jones Bruins with 2 shots here. Pericic subs onto the floor. If you missed it, Pericic 1,000 career points just moments ago.
Great milestone to hit.
Hayward misses her first free throw, but sinks her second. Issa Roman calling the play as they inbound it from the App State baseline. Roman crosses the floor for the Mountaineers. Finds Stoker on a quick little route to the inside.
110.
Roman smiling as she crosses the floor. Happy to see that one. Bruins just over 60 seconds left to go. 20 seconds on the play clock as we see Pouncey gets the ball in the right corner for 3. No good. Pericic going to Hail Mary the ball down to Marta Gutierrez and just overshoots it. Pericic trying to get a little fun with that one.
Great hustle there, but I mean, just barely missed it.
Under a minute to go here in this last action of play here. Bruins, can they get one last basket here? Teague with the ball at the top. Bruins looking for something, trying to get inside here. Roman in coverage, now stuck outside, but Pouncey pitches it out to her from the 3, but Stoker recovers it. Roman telling her team to slow down as she looks at the clock. 29 seconds left to go, 22 on the play clock, so got to get a play off here as Roman loses the ball in coverage.
Good fight from Bob Jones, still being aggressive even in the dying seconds of the ball game.
17 seconds left, 11 on the play clock. 6-second difference. Addie Beal finds Stoker in the left corner. In and out from the 3. Bruins, 6 seconds to go, trying to run in with some pace to get some on. And they're going to try and get a basket here, but Issa Roman with the defensive rebound. App State 110-35 win as time expires. And this one, Austin, takeaways from today's game. Mountaineers now 2-0 on the season. What can the Mountaineers build on that we saw today?
Continue to be aggressive, continue to fight, continue to go fast, and you'll be fine in the Sun Belt Conference. You'll be fine, and you'll be fine against your power teams you're playing. This was an incredible showing by Appalachian State. App State played amazing today. This was... Coach Sharp has built something special in Boone. I know it's really early, but I think she's got the Mountaineers trending in the right direction right now.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Austin, and we'll see if they continue to keep trending in that direction as they take on Davidson upcoming this week on November 12th here in the Holmes Convocation Center. Game 3 of their opening season home game stand. So we hope to see you all there, but we appreciate you joining us on the broadcast tonight. On behalf of Austin Cochran, my color, myself as the play-by-play, Grace Ellen Callahan, we thank you for joining us and listening in to some App State women's basketball today as App State comes out on top 110-35 today against the Bob Jones Bruins. Thank you for listening.